Marketing. So Nelly, welcome. Thank you very much. And now you have the mic.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad that I have the possibility to tell you guys about my experience, and I will shortly share my presentation, and I will start first with the personal introduction. I'm not going to talk about companies and the experience that I've gained because Carla has already introduced it, and after I actually submitted my CV last semester to Carla and Mireia, a lot of things happened, so it's not really up to date anymore. But I'll just give you a short overview of how a person who has the actually traditional business background has gone this way through the psychological development as well to apply the skills and the knowledge in the business. So in a second, I'm going to share the presentation. Let's see the PDF. Just a second. Can you guys see the presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Just a second. The view, enter full screen. So unfortunately, I cannot see you right now. I can just see the presentation in front of my eyes. So in case you're going to have any questions or, there's anything you want to tell me right in the middle, just, like turn on your microphone and keep on talking. Otherwise, I will go through the content and then we will also have time so I can answer your questions and we can have a conversation. And I really encourage you to have so we have a chat together, because, one thing is me giving you some knowledge or something that I think is going to be necessary for you from my point of view. But there is another thing of your requests as well. What is it that you want to know? And maybe I will not mention it in the presentation, or for me, it's not important enough, but for you, it's going to be the points that will help you understand neuromarketing or marketing strategies in a better way. So I will be talking about, as the slide says, about neuromarketing, and I will also show you, let's put it this way, my view on neuromarketing, which is not the traditional one. So in most cases, when you're going to talk to other people, they will tell you other things about neuromarketing. And that's why I just want you to really listen to it and see if you can understand my perspective and in how far this perspective is similar or correlates with the knowledge that you have received at the university so far. So one few words, let's put it this way about me. So I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a voice therapist as well. I have a very basic traditional business background in economics and business administration. And there is another side of me which deals with the body-orientated therapy. I'm a therapist, a psychotherapist, better to say. I work with subconsciousness, with all kind of subconscious programs that hinder you to reach more in your life, to feel more comfortable in your life, to strive to feel good. And I do it with the help of the voice. So I teach my clients how they can use their own voice to heal their body, to release the emotions, the feelings, to release all of the memories that are still holding them in the past, and how they can do it through the use of their voice, and how they can open it up, how they can open up their own power. So this is let's put it this way, the path that I consider is very important for someone who is dealing with neuromarketing, because whenever you're dealing with neuro and marketing, it's still about your brain. It's about emotions, it's about hormones, it's about the human being and how the human being reacts to pictures, to words, to the smell, to the touch. And this is very important if you really want to succeed at neuromarketing, and if you really want to claim yourself as someone who understands a little bit more than just the business side of marketing. I also do scientific work that is based on resilience of leaders and team development processes. I have publications that are available online. I'm not sure if you can have access to them from Mexico, but they are available in Germany. And I did a lot of research on how leadership and leaders are able to be resilient, on how they can persist with their ability to go through crisis and to evolve through the crisis as well. And also how certain team development processes, feedback processes can enhance the talents of people and can enhance their efficiency and how effective they are. And the third very important part of me, and this is something that I love very much and I'm very proud of, I am a business development manager for the Dach region. These are German countries in Europe, in present art, Mexico. This is a Mexican project, which I'm very, very happy to be a part of. And I would like to introduce it to you really briefly, because I think that for a lot of you it can be useful, especially that the project is the Mexican project. So you guys can be proud of what is going on in your country and how people are dealing with social projects as well. So Prison Art is a social project. It was established by Jorge, and what he did, he's giving the prisoners the possibility to actually work while they are in a prison, and work by creating designs, by tattooing these designs on leather skin. So afterwards, they can create certain handbags, high-end quality products, and it's getting sold, and then half of the income goes to the prisoner itself, and then another part goes to his family, and another part is kept by Prison Art. This project has won many awards, for example, by Forbes, by Entrepreneur magazine, by also Ernst & Young. So it's a very huge project, and I'm very happy to be on board. I'm very happy to be a part of it and to make sure that Europe also knows about these incredible social parts that are happening in Mexico right now. But now we are coming to the topic of neuromarketing, and at first, we're going to start with a very simple question, which is very often hard to answer, is what is actually neuromarketing? So when we hear this word, we know that it's somehow about marketing, it's somehow about making the product available to the customers, but what does the word neuro mean? Which role does it play in it? And if we are to take the definition of this word or of this field, we can say that it's a certain strategy that connects the subconsciousness and emotional aspect of the customer towards the brand, and also aims to create an unbreakable bond with the customer and the brand. And here, it's very important to say that it's all about emotional bond. It's something emotional. It's the feeling of loyalty that the customer develops towards the brand. It's nothing that you can explain with numbers. It's nothing that you can, explain in a logical way. It's really pure hormones. It's reactions of the brain. It's emotional reactions on the limbic system that allow the company to create this bond between the product, between or the company and the customer itself. Now, it's very important to say that most of the times people have three attitudes towards neuromarketing. The first one is that neuromarketing is horrible, it's used to manipulate people, and that it's like a nuclear weapon that shouldn't be used, and these are techniques to manipulate. The second strategy to assess neuromarketing, this is what I hear from people that I meet around, is that neuromarketing is the only one thing that you need, regardless, like you don't need the quality of the product, you don't need anything behind it, you can just have a beautiful picture and this picture will sell itself enough. And then there is the third category of people who say neuromarketing is a tool, just like money. It's neither the root of all evil. It's neither the root of all evil, nor it's going to help you save your life, but it's a tool that you can use. And I also strongly believe that neuromarketing is a tool that can help you bring your product that has the necessary quality, that has good services to the customer, and to make it available to the customer. Because a lot of times we are confronted with the fact that people have a beautiful product, but they are not seen. The company is not seen, the product is not seen, and that's why others do not even know about its existence. It's also, you know, when you have a very talented person who is able to do something in a very unique way, but this person lives in a village and no one sees this person, no one even knows about it. So this is for me what neuromarketing can do. The neuromarketing can take your product or your company that is, let's say, in a village, that it's somehow not available to a huge amount of people, and it can take it out of there and just give it the possibility to shine on the scene, to be visible. And this is also the philosophy that I pursue whenever I do consultings, regardless if this is the consulting for people who are going through some psychological processes, or whether it's the consulting for companies. I always say that through neuromarketing, we can make your quality shine. So as I have mentioned before, the neuromarketing has a lot of doors, let's put it this way, that are correlated with each other. So at first we have a very traditional view that deals with marketing. So we need to have our basic knowledge about the target group. What does the target group want? To just know how does the target group live? You know, to know the values, to know the intentions, to do research about the age, about the status of a person. So then we can also assess how does the brain of this person work. Because if we have, for example, a celebrity is motivated by completely other things than, for example, the students. Students have other motivations in life right now. They're on another stage of their development, on another stage of their life. And this leads us to the psychological issue. We must understand the intentions behind the target groups. And for these intentions, we have to make sure that they're able to understand what we are able to give them as a company, as a brand, as a product. When we are talking about the branding of a company, I believe that the personal brand of the owners must come first. Why? Because a company is your own baby. Whenever a company is created, the creator has something behind it. And it's very important that the creators themselves first have their own personal brand, that they're clear about their values, purposes, about their image of the world, because this is going to set the path for everything that these people are going to create and introduce to the world. Be it a company, be it a new product, be it a new service. This is going to be a part of the huge path. So also for those of you guys who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to create their own businesses, deal with yourself first. Deal with your personal brand, understand which vision do you as a person have in this life? What drives you? What do you want to achieve? How you want to achieve it? And then you will see this clear path that will then help you in a much easier way create companies, create products, create services. And then you will have the impression that everything, you know, all of your surroundings are trying to help you. And this is very important that you have it very clear from the start. How can we do it? Here I always go to the basic pyramid of Maslow, which you probably know about, to identify the inner motivation. And there are different levels that we have. We have the physiological needs. This is when we are just able to think about our survival and nothing else. We have the safety needs then. This is when we are understanding, okay, we need a little bit of more comfort. It's not just about survival anymore. It's about feeling safe. It's about feeling the comfort, feeling the security. Then, once these needs are established, we go to the psychological needs. These are the belongingness and the love needs. When we are able to, to survive, when we're able to feel good, we automatically want to build relationships. We want to go out, get out of our shell and just get to know people, deal with them. And then once we are able to establish these connections, of course, we strive to get some sort of a status, right? We don't want to be just a person who is, an ordinary person. We want to be maybe leaders, or we want to have a higher status. We want to be acknowledged. We want to be someone other people can connect to if they need anything. And then we come to the very, very high level. This level is self-actualization level. This is the level when we are not thinking about people, money, about, let's put it this way, basic things. But this is when we reach our full potential and we realize, actually, everything I want to do, I want to open up more, I want to give more to people, and I want to also receive something for it. But not because it drives me, but because I realize how valuable I am, and I want to receive this value from other people as well. So I would give you a little task, and you can think about it during the lecture right now, or you can deal with it later on. Once you are clear with your own brand, with your own persona, we're coming to establishing the brand of the company. So imagine that your company is your baby. This is your child. And just imagine for a second, how would this child, once it grows up, once it becomes a man or a woman, a grown-up man or a woman, how would this product of yours look like? Is it a man? Is it a woman? How do they look? Are they tall? Are they? Do they have black hair, white hair? Just think about it. Think about the character traits that this person has. Is this person more gentle? Is this person more ambitious? What is the inner motivation that drives this person? Which dreams and goals does this person have? Where does he want to go? Which places would this person like to visit? And very important, what kind of people should surround this person? And once you answer these questions to yourself, you have to start actually behaving like it. For example, if you say that this person looks very, very elegant, so your company looks elegant, you as an owner of the company, you must represent the values as well. And if you say that your company that you create is very elegant, then maybe you should change your lifestyle as well, and you should change from, from sportive things to very elegant ones, to suits, to dresses. If you say that this person is very ambitious and you realize that your fire is a little bit down, then you have to start developing this. So you can also represent and you can match the company you want to create in the future. And very important about the places. If your person likes to go to expensive hotels or expensive restaurants, then you might consider actually going to those places and check them out. Or if you say that your person likes nature, then maybe you should go and get familiar with the forest and stay there and just, feel the energy that is there. And also what I always say to young people, and this is what I said, I got said by my father, by my mentor as well, when I was much younger, they would always tell me, be careful about the people who surround you, because these people influence you as well. And this is important when you realize what sort of people you want to have around, and also what sort of partners, if you want to create the company together, what sort of a partner you want to have together, you want to have by your side, so you can make sure that the company flourishes and moves forward. Now we have talked about the inner motivation of the owner of the company, and the same thing we need to do for the customers as well. So our customers, they also have needs. And this is very important when we create a company that provides a product or a service. This product or a service has to fulfill the needs of the customers. For example, if we have the physiological needs like food, water, warmth, and rest, then for these needs, we would create a new brand of water, more food, maybe restaurants, right? If it's just something for takeaway, something you can eat and not something expensive where you enjoy your time. Maybe we will create a new blanket, right? Because warmth and rest is also important. If you want to operate with the customers on the second level, where we have the safety needs, I'm sorry, maybe we will deal with the design of the apartments, right? To make sure that the customers feel good there and they feel safe, and so on and so forth. So depending on the level that you are on, that you see yourself dealing with, you also have to adjust your products. And for example, if you're gonna create a product that is very basic, something that the person needs on the very basic level, it's going to be a huge question if this product is going to be valuable for those people who are very far away in their development. And this is something you have to to take into account while you're moving forward and you're creating products or services. So here, the two main questions is first of all, which needs do your customers have? Because students have one kind of needs, teachers have other kind of needs, and you have to tackle it and to see what is it that you can help the person get. Because all of us are human beings, and we all have our certain needs, and we are very grateful to those people who can fulfill these needs as well. And then once you answer this question, you have to come up with products and services that can satisfy your customer. So when it comes to branding of the product and the services that you've created, we have to take into account that people perceive through different channels. So we can perceive through the eyes, through the hearing, as we know, through the nose as well, through the smell, through the way we touch it, through the words that we hear or that we say. And when you're creating the marketing strategy, your values have to be reflected. Why? If you say that you are creating high-end bags or high-end fashion, but when you give your business card to a person, this business card is thin, it doesn't have any spots on it, you know, the something that can make the person feel that there is you know, something outstanding, like spot gloss, for example. Or if the business card is really fluffy, has a bad design, then the other person will never subconsciously believe you that you're creating high-end products. In this case, you have to understand that if you position yourself as a high-end brand, for example, then everything you do, the flyers, business cards, presentations, the way you dress up when you go to the conferences has to reflect the fact that you are a high-end brand. Your business cards have to be very thick, have to be very beautiful, maybe have a gold foil stamping on it, or have a spot gloss, like I said. It has to have a very beautiful writing. These are details that are very important, because the devil is always in the detail. And you have to make sure that your customers trust you and that what you promise is actually delivered at the end of the day. Furthermore, you have just 50 milliseconds to impress your customer. And it's not even a blink of the eye. Subconsciously, the customer already knows if he is able to trust you or not, which means that whenever you create something, double check a few times. If you look at it, does it feel good or not? If you touch it, does it feel good or not? I brought for you a few examples so you can see how the bad marketing works and how the good marketing works as well. In front of you, you can see the website of high-end apartments in my town, in Dresden. And I used to live in one of these apartments. They are very beautiful. So have a very beautiful atmosphere. The services are very good. You have a concierge, you have everything there. But if you go on their website, you have the impression that this is some kind of an old building with old-fashioned furniture, with old-fashioned design. And if I just had to look at this website, I would have never ever rented my apartment there, and I would have never paid the amount of money that they request. So this is how you can have a very good product, but it can be completely destroyed just because the website does not reflect the values of this company, the values of these apartments. Now we have another example, and this is the company where I used to work. I'm very proud of my time there. It's called Solar Bankers. And it was a company that was dealing with blockchain and solar industry as well. And this was our flyer when we were getting prepared to go for a conference to Monterrey. And when you look at this, you really have the feeling that you want to trust. First of all, you have a baby, you have a mother. And when you look at it, you feel that you also want to be a part of the family. And of course, when you see something like this, you would look into it, you would read about the project, you would give it a chance, just because it triggers some kind of emotional parts in your organism. Ladies, I think you all know Guerlain. It's a very famous company, very high-end products, very expensive products. And they managed to reflect the quality of their products on their website as well. So when you look at this, this is really appealing. You feel like, oh my God, yeah, it's beautiful. And when you look at it, you also as a woman realize that I want to touch it. I want to be a part of it. I want to look beautiful as well. And after we took a look at the examples, let's dive into the fact, why do we actually buy what we buy? Because only 10% of the buying decisions are made from the logical side. The other 90% are dealing completely just with subconsciousness, with the feelings that come up, and then they influence the way how you are going to approach the product. In general, I would say that people and all of us, we love to buy what makes us a better version of ourselves. Why do we pay so much money for high-end brands? Because we want to have a touch of it as well. Because if this brand positions itself as something very elegant, something very beautiful, something very unique, as soon as we purchase the product, we have the feeling that, yeah, we're also part of the community. We also feel like this. We also feel that we're important, feel that we are unique, feel that we are something more than we are in our daily life. And why does it happen like this? It has, well, not so much to do with the rational mind. This is rather about the intuitive mind. And here you can see the structure of the brain. We have three basic parts that we need to know about. The first one, the reptilian brain, these are our instincts. For example, this is the instinct to run away, to freeze, or to attack. This is also the instinct if we pass by and something catches our eye and we immediately look at it. And it might catch our attention. And here it doesn't even matter if it's something good or bad. Like if there is an accident in the street and it catches your attention and you're just forced to look at it. Or if it's something beautiful, it doesn't matter. It might be something provocative and it might be something good as well, but it catches our attention. And this is the first very important thing. You have to catch the attention of the customer. So when you look at these two websites, both of them are dealing with solar industry. If you look on the left side, it doesn't catch your attention at all. You have the impression that, oh my God, it's another website. I've seen thousands of them and there's nothing special. And you don't even feel like you want to dive into it and to look into it. On the right side, you have a family, you have something beautiful, you have the sun. And you can also, if you're a very sensitive person, when you look at it, first of all, you can sense the happiness that comes from the picture. And second of all, you can see this bright side, you know, like the light after a very long, dark night. And this is something that gives you an emotional trigger and gives you the feeling that, yeah, I want to get to know this company. Even though the quality of the products can be better on the left side of the company that is on the left. But just because they do not know how to represent themselves, a lot of people will just pass by and not even look into that. The second thing that happens in the brain of a person, does it make me feel something? And this here we're dealing with the limbic brain. And me as a therapist, I work with the limbic brain as well. So when the client comes to me, I'm guiding him through the hypnosis, and I'm working with the limbic brain, with the emotions, with the feelings that got stuck there or stored there since the childhood. And the same thing happens with the customer when he touches something or sees the advertisement or is, hearing about your services. He's trying to understand, does it make me feel something or not? Do I feel like I want to go there? Do I feel like I want to try it or not? And here, the most important thing is to say that, as I've said from the very beginning, the definition of neuromarketing is about creating this emotional bond, emotional intimacy. And here we have to understand that the traditional marketing used to be about the products. Now that we have so many products and so many services, the only way we can differentiate ourselves is by telling the stories that are able to touch the heart of a person. Once again, the example that we used to have, we are looking at two companies that are dealing with the same industry, that are providing the same products. And on the left side, we see some kind of a facility that we do not even understand. On the right side, we see the child. And we think about us being children. And we're thinking about, how beautiful the world used to be when we were just children and we wouldn't understand a lot of things, this happiness, this positive aspects. And this reminds us once again of our life. And if it reminds us of our life, we feel the emotional connection with this brand and with this product. Also, when we feel the emotional connection, there are certain hormones that are being produced in our brain. For example, when we feel joy and we look at the picture, or we look at the services, or maybe someone is providing the service for us, and after this service we feel the joy. For example, the ladies after spa, you know that you feel great, you feel the joy of having rest. And if you go to a place where people can make you feel the joy, your dopamine level gets higher. And this is how you create this connection. Okay, if I'm in this place, my dopamine gets higher, I feel joy. And subconsciously, your brain and your body remembers it. And that's why you keep on feeling like, I want to come back there again, and I don't care how much it costs. The second hormone, very important, is oxytocin. And this is the feeling of bonding. This is the feeling of safety, of love. When you are, for example, entering a club with like-minded people and you really feel the bonding there, it gives you the feeling that you belong, it gives you the psychological safety. And whenever a product or service is able to provide you this, you will once again create this emotional connection, emotional cord, and you will feel like coming back. Another hormone that is being produced in our body is called endorphin, and this hormone is produced in two cases, either when we have a huge amount of pain and endorphin helps us to go through it, or when we feel very, very happy, we feel the euphoria. For example, when the kids go to the Disneyland, they feel the euphoria because they've never seen it, it's something new for them. And the kids will keep on coming back there just to experience this emotional feeling again. And parents will be forced to pay for it because, you know, they want their children to be happy as well. And the fourth hormone is serotonin, which is about the pride. So this is when you achieve something you're very proud of. For example, you've been working hard and finally you can allow yourself to go somewhere on a vacation, stay in a 5-star hotel, and you're very proud of what you've reached. And this feeling of pride will also drive you to come back to the service and to come back to the product again and again. The last part that we have is the rational reasoning. So after the product or the service caught your attention, you felt something. This is when your analytical skills come back. This is when the analytical skills start to say, yeah, I feel happy and let's do it, let's buy it. Or, yes, I feel happy, but look at the price, look at the conditions. No, let's wait, let's do it a little bit later. But neocortex takes just 10% of the decision. The other 90 are by the reptilian brain and limbic brain. And that's why I keep on saying so much that it's important how you look, how does your branding feel like to your customers, because at the end of the day, the rational reasoning is important, but it takes a lower percentage when it comes to the analytical skills. And when we're talking about the analytical skills, how you can persuade people here is also that you have to give them something that will make them feel less pain because of the price that they have to pay. Because whenever you pay something, most people feel this pain of letting go or investing a lot, or imagine that you're buying something very expensive. And of course you feel the pain. Yes, you're gonna get something for it, but the fact that you have to give away your money, your time, whatever, makes you feel the pain. So here it's important that you give this feeling of satisfaction. For example, what high-end brands do, when you buy, I love Dior. So when I buy lipsticks from Dior, they give you so many presents on top that you feel this incredible feeling of satisfaction. Okay, you paid a lot of money, but you paid this money and you got just more than the lipstick. You get the cards, you get a little perfume, you get a little concealer or something like this. And this is how you can make your customer become loyal, because you will say that, hey, whenever you get something from me, you get much more than you actually requested. And by this, you will be able to also affect the part of the rational reasoning. That would be all from my part today. And I'm very grateful to you for your interest. And I would switch now back to the team so I can answer some questions and we can have a discussion together.
Thank you very much. You guys, you can be asking questions in Spanish if you want to, either in English or Spanish. She understands Spanish. She can speak, from what I know, Nelly, you can speak Spanish as well, even though you say that you speak kind of slow, but we don't know that.
I just, well, you know, business context for me is a bit different because I don't feel, when it's a daily conversation, I feel fine in Spanish, but when it comes to professional part, then I feel that I cannot deliver as an expert. That's why I prefer.
Well, it can be a daily conversation, so you feel comfortable with the students. So please, guys, feel free to ask questions. As I said, either in Spanish or in English. Any questions? You can either raise your virtual hand or just like turn your mic on. No questions? Well, oh, there's one from, let me see, Areli. Go on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes. There you go.
Well, I want to ask to Nelly, what feeling or hormone is more difficult to the customer? I forget the word. Connect. I mean, as a marketer, we need to the customer connect with the feeling to sell the product or the service. But in your experience, what is the most difficult feeling for the customer connect?
I would put it a bit in a different way. I don't think that it's really hard to connect to the feelings. It's very hard to identify which feelings are important for each customer. To connect to something that is important to another person is easy, but you have to know what is important for the person. And that's why I said at the beginning, why is it so important to understand the needs? If you understand the needs of the customers, you understand the feelings, you understand the motivation. And then for you, it's going to be easy to connect, because when we talk about, I don't know, love, everybody knows how love feels, right? But everybody has his own language of love. And when we're talking about people who are at the physiological needs, for them, love is when another one brings them a piece of food or a cup of water. For people who are a bit further away, for them, love is even when the person just smiles and doesn't even do much. So this is the thing that to connect to, once again, to connect to the things that are important to other people is easy, but once you know it. And this is something you have to consider when you do the research. You really need to feel into your customer, and you really need to understand what is it that he's striving for. I'll also open up a little secret. All of us, regardless at which stage we are, we want love. But everybody has his own language of love. And this is how we, and I'm not referring to the book 5 Languages of Love or whatever was published a few years ago. No, I'm just referring to this very complex feeling of how can you make your customer feel good. And the very funny part is that some people feel good when you are treating them well, and some people feel good when you start being very provocative and you start doing things that are, you know, from one point of view, not very good. And this is the reason why a lot of people get famous, because they are rude or they have this expressive behavior, even though, you know, from one point of view, you ask yourself, why does it happen like this? So, and this is what I'm talking about. You have to understand the psychology of the people you want to reach with your feelings.
Thank you.
In your point of view, are there difficult products to sell, or we really just don't know how to sell it?
Yes to both parts of your question. Why? You have products that are for a very limited group. For example, if you work in nanotechnology, and I was once working with a startup, they have created a cream that you can use in case you are exposed to nanoparticles. So now the target group that you have if you want to sell a red lipstick, and the target group that you have if you want to send a cream for nanoparticles, the difference is huge. You have a huge market for the red lipstick, and you have this market for the nanoparticles. So you have to see, once again, how you set the price, how you make sure that you get the money in that you want. Second thing, when you're dealing with, and this is saying yes to the second part of your question, we don't know how to sell it. If you're working with scientists, these are completely different people. They don't want to get on the phone, and they don't want you to sell them anything. What you can do with them, you can invite them to the conferences, say that, hey, we have a new development that is going to boost your research, and then somehow get your cream into that. So whenever you create a product, you have to understand that you need to have a target group for it. And that's why at the beginning of the presentation, I told you, understand the needs of your customers. Because if you're going to create a product that nobody needs, even if it's great, you're not going to be able to sell it. And regardless of how many seminars, webinars you're going to attend to learn how to sell this product, you're just not going to be able to sell it because it doesn't cover any needs.
So the difficulty relies in the investigation you have to do previously, right?
Yes, investigation is super important. I think the further you get, the more you understand that all of these focus groups, data that you collect, this is so important. Even though at the start of my career, I used to think, oh my God, who needs that? I know what I want to do, and I know what I want to sell. And if I create it, then everybody's going to buy it. But the more data you get, the more research you do, the more you're going to be able to generalize, and you're going to be able to make sure that you provide something that is really needed.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And now you're next.
Thank you. Hi, Nelly. So I find very interesting why the rational reasoning, it only gets 10% of the decision. Can you talk a little more about that, please?
Mm-hmm. This comes actually from psychology and from a lot of papers and a lot of research that has been done. The rational mind is relatively new. So the eldest part of our brain is the reptilian brain, which are instincts. This is why you can find yourself when you get in a very stressful situation, you actually have three reactions. You either freeze, you run away, or you attack. This is something that you cannot even control. It's like if, for example, a tsunami happens, or if somebody attacks you, something happens that is completely out of your daily life, then you will have just three of these reactions, unless you are so strong that you can control them. But this is like you have to work on it. So if you want to control your emotions, feelings, and instincts, you have to really develop your rational thinking so those 10% can influence the rest. Why also, coming back to the questions, why just 10%? The limbic system reacts much, much faster than your analytical skills. The rational mind needs much more time to react than your reptilian mind or limbic system. And this is the reason why sometimes, we have strange reactions. Sometimes, like, a person and then something happens and this person reacts in such a strange way that you're wondering, oh my God, I've never known this side of you. Why does it happen? Because the limbic system and reptilian brain, they're much faster than the neocortex. And that's why they make you react in a very fast way. And when we're talking about the buying decisions, for example, you have the immediate reaction if you want this product or not. But then your rational, if you are able to control yourself, your rational thinking will tell you, okay, I feel what you feel, I know what you feel, but let's think about it. But the question whether you want to buy or not is decided in the first second. The fact whether you're actually going to do the action, you're going to buy it physically, this is when the rational mind comes and rational mind starts taking decisions. And there, as an argument, I told you, if you want the customer to also, like, first of all, get the feeling that, yes, I want it, but then also make him buy, you have to make sure that he feels more satisfied than he feels pain.
Well, thank you.
Ivana, you're next, please.
Hi, good night, I think. I think it's night in Germany. My question is about books and I'm sorry, it's my watch. Is there any books that you will say that are really good at understanding the neuromarketing that you will recommend? Because I'm really interested in this. And I would like really go deeper. And I don't know if you think that is necessary to study something relacionado. ¿Cómo se pronuncia? ¿Cómo es la relación? Related with psychology.
I would say yes. It can be neuroscience, it can be psychology, it can be medicine as well. It can be bioenergetics as well. About the books, I would recommend, maybe I will send a list later on to Mireia just with the books so you guys can read it. When I was studying neuromarketing, to be honest, I never read a single book that was called neuromarketing. I was always reading the books that were written by scientists, for example, about the hormones, or about the scientists written about the childhood traumas or childhood emotions, feelings, because at the end of the day, a human being is a huge system. Like you as a person, you are a huge, big system that has to be understood. So you can create a product that you can sell afterwards. So I will send a list with the books that I would recommend, and always try to get inspiration from other fields. I must confess, when I'm looking for an inspiration for the marketing strategy, I never look in the same field. For example, if you have a fashion brand and you want to find an inspiration for a marketing strategy, go away from fashion brands because it's already created. You will just copy paste. Go and look at how, I don't know, companies with virtual reality, how they market themselves, and just get some, basic ideas from there and apply it in fashion. And this is the fact that made me be so successful in being a voice therapist, because whenever I was working with any sort of, people, I would always kind of not, people always come with a certain request, but most of the times you have to go much deeper than that. And when you are looking for inspiration in the same field you're in, you won't be able to see. You need to go somewhere outside where your eye is not really into it so deep, so you can find something that is going to be a huge, huge diamond. So what you want to do, what you can do is, first of all, answer for yourself, why do you want to do neuromarketing? What is it? And then once you answer it, then you will be able to understand your motivation that drives you, or we can answer it together if you want. So why are you actually interested in neuromarketing? What is it that drives you?
I always been like interested in the feelings and transmitting the emotions. And it was like one of the first words that when I go and search for marketing, that were like really big, like neuromarketing, like personal branding, like feel like the emotions marketing. And I don't know, I kind of feel like it's the future, it's the present, but also the future for all the products and services that we want to sell. Like, it's gonna be so competitive that we have to understand the feelings of our customer if we want to have success. And I am also interested in psychology. It was one of my options before choosing marketing. So I always been like drive to understand the human being and help the human being to achieve their goals or to feel better.
Well, in this case, just keep the neuromarketing as a tool that's gonna help you do this. So don't focus on neuromarketing itself, but if you say that for you it's important to understand the emotions, understand how people can reach success, use neuromarketing just a tool, not as a goal. Because if you're gonna use it just as a tool, you will understand that besides neuromarketing, there will be so many things that will help you understand people. You will be amazed. It was with me the same thing. At first, I focused on neuromarketing as a goal because I wanted to be in psychology and emotional part. And then I realized that it's too thin for me. I need more. It's too, I didn't have much space in neuromarketing. I need more. And this is when I started to do the therapy. This is when I started to do also tarot cards, for example, because tarot cards give you insights into psychology of a person. It's not just, tell me the future. It's every arcane gives you the insight into the psychology of a person. So here the same thing. Use neuromarketing. It's going to be the first step towards your, big vision. If your big vision is success, future, and being up to date, then keep it in your sight and then choose everything that goes around it. And you're going to have a huge, huge diamond with different facets, and neuromarketing is going to be just one of them instead of being the whole one.
Thank you. I also read tarot.
Nelly, we said that this was an hour lecture, but is it okay with you? We have two more questions. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll have these two more questions from Alan and Berenice, and we'll finish with the questions. Alan, go ahead.
Hi, Nelly. I have a question, and for you, of which advice would you give to people who sell real estate about selling with neuromarketing techniques? Because I've been working in this area for a time, and I had known that their needs and motivations are security, and also the guarantee of a good future. But in your perspective, which advice would you give?
I love real estate. First of all, it's a beautiful market. Tell me which target group. Is it a high-end real estate? Is it like which type of real estate?
It is lots in Riviera Maya.
Doesn't tell me anything, unfortunately, but I will give you an example with high-end real estate. Okay, then so you can then relate. when you sell the high-end real estate, for example, to say that, guys, you're going to feel safe here, it's not going to work, because people with a lot of money, most of the times they feel safe.
Right.
Which means that you have to give more, like you have to, once again, you have to understand the need. People who are looking for real estate, they can look for it for different reasons. For example, if you have someone who experienced war and who lost home, they will buy real estate because they finally can get the feeling of being at home, of being safe, as you said, of having something that belongs to them. If you have people who look for real estate as an investment, they don't care about safe, not safe, is it a home or not. They think, okay, if I'm going to invest in this property, will it make me richer? Will it increase my investment portfolio? Will it give me a higher status? Because then I can go to my friends and say, Guy, I bought another real estate property. So you have to understand this. What is driving? If you're selling a house for a family, then you have to make sure that you can, kind of say, hey, the kids are going to feel good here. There is a school next to us. There is this, there's that. We can make you feel good as a family. So you always have to see real estate has really different motivations. There are people who buy real estate out of trauma, as I told you, just because they experienced war or they lost something, and they buy real estate because they think that if they're going to have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 apartments, they will feel good. But there are people who use it just as a tool, like an investment tool, and saying, I want to make sure that I have a portfolio. I have to do something with my money because I have enough. And then these people are motivated in a different way.
Yes, their target is investors, actually.
For investors, you have to make sure that they, if it's investors, it's going to be mostly the thing that can provide them with the fact that in few years, this property will bring them more money or will bring them more than it is right now. So when I invest, I always make sure, like, I don't do investments like gambling, just invest in something and hope for the better. If I invest in property, then I always look at what will it bring me in the long run? What does this house is going to bring me in the long run? And you have to basically show this person and make sure that the investment is going to be worth it. Whether they're going to get more money or they're able to retire there, for example, and feel good, it's you have to see which currency you're able to offer. But it's always about, investments are always about getting more in the future than it is right now.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Berenice. Go ahead. You're the last one. Last
Okay.
question.
I wanted to ask, what would you recommend for a company that is just starting and would like to start using these neuromarketing tools? Would be like defining the personal brand, like you said, or how?
Definitely. When it comes, you see, startup market is there's so many startups. You can get, it's like a huge ocean right now, and everybody calls him or herself a startup. You have to really, first of all, define your personal brand. You have to understand for yourself, why do you want to do it? Are you planning to have a startup just because you want to be a startup and you want to be an entrepreneur, like most people right now, or whether there is a vision behind it? But I can say for sure one thing, and if you have a vision and a mission behind it, you basically make sure that you have a path as well, just like I explained it in the lecture. So for startups, start with basic stuff for your personal brand, and then treat what I told you, your own company, as a person. Like, just make for yourself clear, what do you want to achieve at the end? Why? Because for example, if you say that we are moving forward towards very like high-end clients, you will need to use other colors. If you say that you want to do something for children or for daily thing, then you're going to use yellow, red, green. If we're talking about high-end, it's royal blue, it's gold, it's black. So you have to have this path so you understand what you're going to invest your money in, and you don't change your branding 3, 4, 5 times a year. This is important. Second thing, I did not introduce all of those devices that you can have right now, like eye tracking. There are different kinds of devices that are used for neuromarketing. They cost too much. One of such machines costs like 10,000 euros or even more. You don't need that. But what you need to do is really a very good research, like I said before, with the needs. Do your focus group, do the research to make sure that you as a startup, you're actually entering and you're offering the service that wasn't offered before. And because in the future, only those companies with very high quality are going to survive. So make sure that you have the quality on one side and that you can present this quality in an understandable manner towards the public, like to your customers as well. But do a lot of research, it's important. And tests, and tests and trials.
Okay, so that was all about the questions. Very good, guys. A lot of participation. Very good. So, Nelly, I really want to thank you for your time, especially because it's almost 11 o'clock there. Oh, 10:30 almost. So it's pretty late at night. Thank you very much for having this lecture, for giving us this lecture. And we'll give you this, what we call diploma for you. And well, I'm just going to show it to you because it's pretty small and I cannot read it. Can you make it bigger, Mireya, please? Can you make it a little bigger so I can read it? Well, let me see. Well, it says that our faculty, accounting administration faculty from our Yucatán University, it's like commemorating our 59th anniversary. So this is why we're having all these different lectures, especially yours. It was the only one that we had in English. And we had a lot of students getting online just to listen to you. So it was a really interesting lecture about neuromarketing. And I can see that these students, most of them, or I guess all of them, are studying the marketing major. So they, especially La Ivana, well, they're interested. They're listening to neuromarketing and getting very interesting about it. And also, well, we want to appreciate your time being with us, and well, this is why we're giving you this diploma that I hope you like, and we'll keep in touch for sure.
Thank you very much. I wanted to ask you maybe if we could make like a picture.
Oh,
to
yes, but I mean, everybody, please turn on your camera. Otherwise, she's gonna see only black spots. So please turn on your cameras, and Mireya, can you take it? Or I can take it here. So when I say 1, 2, 3, you just gotta say cheese, and we'll all be on the pic. Okay, so please turn on your cameras. Wait, let's wait. Turn on your cameras, very good. You guys, we have more people here, so please turn on your cameras. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. One more, please. 1, 2, 3. There you go. We'll be sending it to you, okay? Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thank you a lot. If you have any further questions, you can. I didn't put my contact details. I will send them to Mireya. You can write an email or connect with me and just send your questions. Feel free to do it. So if we haven't answered some of the questions, then just send me an email and I will be glad to answer them.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure they will. I'm pretty sure that some of them will. So you guys, you can turn on your mics and say bye. Thank you, Nelly. Turn on your mics.
Bye.
you,
Gracias,
Nelly.
Nelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias, Nelly. Bye-bye.
Adiós, Andrés.